Why am I doing this? Recently, I've been in multiple situations that showed me that not everything I want and desire is what's meant for me. Whether it was an opportunity, um, or an interview, or even like, let's say, a person that doesn't see the value in me or doesn't see me the way I would want them to see me. It's always brought me way down. I've been reading a book called Master Your Emotions. It's a really good book, by the way. You should check it out. I read a chapter about basically the ego. From reading this book, I realized that ego is a very huge subject, and it really controls how we feel most of the time and what we do. People take things way too personal, whether they want to or not. It's a very human thing, and ego is a huge part of someone's identity. And I think that's why we don't want to get rejected. That's why we're always backed out, and sometimes we don't feel good enough if we do get rejected. Like, why don't they want me? Like, they don't know how much value I'll put into their company or into their, let's say, like, show. Or it's kind of like draining when you think about it. Like, it's too much, and sometimes I do take things personal, I'll admit. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I want to put myself in a position 30 times this month of being rejected. I want to get rejected. I want to know, and I want to be okay with it, because I realize that without being okay with it, I will always let my ego win over. I will let it define me, and I think I should get rejected. I think I should face rejection multiple times, because you know what? I think rejection guides you. It either shows you that it's not meant for you, and it happens for a reason, or rejection is just one step closer to getting what you want. You cannot succeed before you fail, like, I don't know, 100 times. And if I'm not ready to fail 100 times and get rejected 100 times and fall down and feel like I'm not good enough 100 times, then I don't think I could do it. I'm just gonna step out the moment I feel a bit of rejection. This is why, again, I think rejection is good for us. I think rejection is where growth happens, where we realize that not everything we desires us. Not everything we want, like, is right for us or meant for us. And I think maybe, let's say, either if it's an idea you have and people don't see it the way you see your idea, maybe they're right. Or maybe you just have to work a bit harder, ask them why, or try to prove yourself. Because the moment you just back out the first time because you don't feel like you're good enough, or you don't feel like, oh, maybe maybe I'm just wrong, maybe I should stop trying, maybe I'm not good at this, maybe I shouldn't be this way, maybe I should just give up. If you think like that, then you're just dumb to think that you're gonna succeed. Something that this book says that I really, really like, it says your ego is restless. It wants you to be a go-getter. It wants you to do, have, and achieve great things so you can be a somebody. And the thing is, that's what your ego wants. The thing is, your ego doesn't realize that you cannot be a somebody in the first try. You cannot do something and get it the first time. That's why when you just get rejected once, you just feel like your ego is just bruised, and it's just scared that it will feel that way again. Ego is also about self-awareness, and I think that's why this 30 days of rejection is really helpful. It will make me more aware of what can I do better, or you just make me realize that it's not always about me. It's just about many other things that are not about me. And even someone doesn't see my value, so what do you have to lose? Let's say you probably won't see that person again, or maybe you will, and maybe by when you do see them again, you'll be already successful, and they'll be like, oh, I knew that girl. And so what? And most of the time, you really won't see them again in 10 years. So who cares? 100 Days of Rejection is by J. Jang. I really don't know how to pronounce his name, but he did 100 Days of Rejection, and he was inspired by a Canadian entrepreneur. He wrote an article about 30 days of rejection to conquer the fear of rejection. And basically, it's you doing things like, let's say, a burger refill, or asking for, like, I don't know, $100 or 100, like, let's say, in my case, I'm gonna ask for, like, let's say, 100 pounds from a complete stranger. He did this thing where he went to Dunkin' Donuts and asked for Olympic shaped donuts, where, like, literally 5 donuts are connected. And I found that really cool because, you know what? They actually did it. Like, sometimes he wasn't actually turned down, and it's surprising. Like, think about the amount of opportunities people miss out just because they think the person is gonna say no. I want to be more fearless, and I think that this will really help me. And if you want to get along with me and do this, I think I'll just update you guys. I'll post it either on my story, or I'm not sure. I'm thinking of making a whole other account for my, self-growth stuff, because my account has become like self-growth, but I don't really know. I'm not sure. Tell me what you think. Anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and maybe I'll put like a poll on my Instagram story. And